Hey, what's going on YouTube? For this video, I'm here to show you my easy 1-bar build for the Magicka Sorcerer, also known as Magsorc, optimized for the High Isle DLC patch. As a part of the easy 1-bar series, I'll be focusing on a 1-bar rotation that is simplified and gear that are all easily accessible. I do have to mention that Oaken Soul Ring is probably the best way to go for 1-bar builds, but having access to 2 bars can be super clutch in some situations. Something I personally recommend is playing on 1 bar and using the 2nd bar as a utility bar. This bar can be used for skills such as healing, buffing, etc. This is not needed though, but the option is there. The build is capable of pulling over 81k on the parse dummy and is viable for most group content. The build is targeted towards doing as much DPS as possible and hence is not a solo build. Anyways, here we go. Starting off in the character sheet, I have 64 points into Magicka and I'm running the Thief Mundus. For the race, I am a High Elf. I think High Elves are probably the best for this type of build, but to be honest, unless you're pushing for max DPS, race doesn't matter too much. So for food, we have a couple options. Best in slot is going to be Clockwork Citrus Fillet, and a cheaper and almost just as good alternative would be Witch Mother's Potent Brew. And lastly, if you're parsing or just need more sustain in general, Ghastly Eyeball is always the go-to. So for potions, we're just going to be using standard Essence of Spell Power. These potions are important because they provide us with 3 major buffs that are important for Magicka DPS. These include Major Prophecy, Major Sorcery, and Major Intellect. Keep in mind though, these potions do cost a little bit to make and or buy. Make sure you have 3 points into medicinal use from the Alchemy skill line to benefit from their full duration. So for CP, we're going to be running Fighting Finesse, Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Backstabber, and on the red tree, Balanced Vitality, Rejuvenation, Siphoning Spells, and Sustained by Suffering. So for gear, we're going to be running 5 pieces of Julianos paired with 5 pieces of Order's Wrath and 2 pieces of Maul of the Inferno. So breaking it down, we have a Nirnhone with a flame damage enchant dagger on the front bar. On the offhand, we have a Charged with a poison damage enchant. On the head and shoulders, 2 pieces of Maul of the Inferno, 1 piece in medium, 1 piece in light, both traded in divines with max mag enchants. On the body, we have 5 pieces of Order's Wrath, all traded in divines with max mag enchants. And for the Jury, we have 3 pieces of Julianos Jury, all with spell damage and enchants traded in Bloodthirsty. So for skills, we're going to be running Daedric Prey, Crystal Fragments, Barbed Trap, Volatile Familiar, Twilight Tormentor, and Greater Storm Atronach. So for the rotation, I made 2 separate rotations. One's going to be the static rotation, meaning you cast the same skills in the same order all the time. And one's going to be dynamic, meaning you keep up skills as they expire. Now moving to the static rotation, we're going to start off with a Barbed Trap, into a Volatile Familiar, into a Daedric Prey, 5 Crystal Fragments, Daedric Prey, and 5 Crystal Fragments again. And then whenever your ult is ready, just drop it whenever. And for the dynamic rotation, just prioritize keeping up Daedric Prey, Barbed Trap, Volatile Familiar, and when you have nothing better to cast, use your Crystal Fragments. And whenever your ultimate Greater Storm Atronach is ready, just drop it whenever. So just some closing thoughts. First off, if you don't like daggers, you can always swap to Inferno Staff. You will lose a little bit of DPS, but it does give you the ability to stay at range. If you want another bar slot, you can always run Zovgin or Medusa and replace Trap with whatever skill you need. Another option is you can take off one of your pets. In that case, take off Twilight Tormentor. You'll lose about 8k DPS give or take, but it'll free up 1 bar slot, which is really important for 1 bar builds. And I think that wraps it up. As per usual, there'll be a parse and outfit section after this, and thanks for watching and have a good day.
you.